You might or might not be aware of this. The number of kangaroos in Australia is 3 times more than the number of people that live there compared to the population of Australia. Their meat is of such a high quality that it is difficult to adequately describe it. However, because they are an invasive species, culling them not only lessens the damage they inflict, but also helps the food sector achieve its goals. How are we going to proceed with this? Immediately, I would like for you to accompany me on a journey to investigate the emblem of Australia. One of the natural wonders that many people find to be both intriguing and fascinating is the method by which kangaroos develop and reproduce. Kangaroos begin their development as teeny tiny joeys within their mother's pouch shortly after birth. Over the course of around 8 to 9 months, the newborn joey continues to develop and mature inside its mother's pouch, where it receives the necessary care and nourishment. A kangaroo's existence is typically centered around activities that take place during the day, and they prefer to relax in areas that are shaded. As a result, people typically go hunting for kangaroos at night, when the animals are less aware of their surroundings and therefore more susceptible to being hunted. Kangaroos are typically hunted, and then the tail is cut off as a form of evidence to certify the quantity of kangaroos that were taken. The Australian government has mandated that this be done in order to control and monitor kangaroo hunting activities. This is done to ensure that the number of kangaroos that are hunted remains within the permissible limits, preventing any harm to the population of the species. The meat is subjected to quality checks at the processing factory, which includes evaluations of its appearance, color, and freshness. The processing stage is reserved exclusively for meat that is of the highest possible grade and satisfies tight criteria. The packaging and storage of kangaroo meat are done under ideal conditions in order to maintain its freshness and sustainability. Packaging often comprises vacuum-sealed bags or safe containers, which ensures a tight seal and protects against bacterial contamination. Both of these types of packaging are used. After everything is said and done, masses of kangaroo meat are shipped from the facility to retail shops or large distributors all across the country. Not only is the flesh of kangaroos utilized, but the leather of these animals is also extremely important in everyday life. Kangaroo leather products are extremely well liked all around the world due to the fact that they are both long-lasting and aesthetically pleasing. Especially right now, we're going to hunt down and cook up Australia's iconic kangaroo. Long before European settlers arrived, Aboriginal people mastered the art of hunting and preparing native wildlife, including kangaroos and goannas, using traditional cooking methods that have been passed down for generations. One of the most iconic elements of Aboriginal cooking is dampa, a type of flatbread that is traditionally cooked directly on hot coals. This simple yet hearty bread has long been a staple for Indigenous Australians and was later popularized by European settlers as a quick and easy way to make bread in the outback. Beyond bread, Aboriginal cuisine also includes a variety of wild game, with goanna, specifically the yellow-spotted monitor lizard, being a particularly prized delicacy. Goannas are hunted in the wild and prepared using an ancient cooking technique known as ground oven cooking. This method involves digging a pit, placing hot coals at the bottom, carefully positioning the meat inside, and covering it with dirt and additional coals to allow the earth's heat to slowly cook the food. The result is tender, flavorful meat with a natural smokiness. The process of preparing goanna meat. After being retrieved from the ground oven, the cooked goanna is carefully cleaned and placed on a bed of wattle leaves to cool. The preparation process is minimal. There are no seasonings, marinades, or added flavors. Instead, the focus is on precise heat application, allowing the natural taste of the meat to shine. Once cooked, goanna meat is surprisingly tender, with a texture often compared to chicken breast, but even whiter in appearance. The fat, which carries a mild, fishy undertone, adds to the richness of the dish. Aboriginal hunters and chefs also emphasize the use of the entire animal. The organs, including the liver and lungs, are commonly consumed, while tougher parts, such as the skin, are usually discarded. Dampa is often eaten alongside the meat, providing a dense, satisfying accompaniment to the meal. Besides, hunting remains a significant part of Aboriginal life, even in modern times. While supermarkets and contemporary conveniences are widely available, many Indigenous Australians still practice traditional hunting as a way to maintain their connection to their land and heritage. One of the most commonly hunted animals is the kangaroo, which has been a vital food source for thousands of years. Hunting kangaroos requires skill, patience, and knowledge of the terrain. Aboriginal hunters often track their prey at night, using flashlights to catch the reflection of a kangaroo's eyes. A well-placed shot ensures a humane and efficient hunt, minimizing suffering while preserving the quality of the meat. Interestingly, Aboriginal hunters typically avoid killing female kangaroos, especially those carrying joeys. This practice is based on sustainability and respect for the land, ensuring that kangaroo populations remain stable for future generations. Aboriginal Australians are the original inhabitants of the continent, with a history stretching back over 6,000 years. However, the arrival of British settlers in the 18th century dramatically altered their way of life. Once the sole occupants of Australia, Aboriginal people now make up only 3.3% of the population. Despite this, many Indigenous communities continue to preserve their cultural heritage, particularly in rural areas where traditional hunting and cooking practices are still widely observed. The resilience of Aboriginal traditions is evident in their food. Even in a world where fast food and convenience dominate, these ancient cooking techniques remain a powerful link to the past, offering a glimpse into a way of life that has endured for millennia. Through this exploration of Aboriginal cuisine, we gain not only an appreciation for their culinary expertise, but also a deeper understanding of their enduring connection to the land. Whether it's hunting goannas in the bush, preparing kangaroo meat under the stars, or baking dampa on an open fire, these traditions tell a story of survival, adaptation, and cultural pride that continues to thrive today. In the vast wilderness of Australia, the red kangaroo, also known as the plains kangaroo, stands out as a symbol of strength and adaptability. It is the largest marsupial in the world, possessing an impressive body with large ears, giant feet, and a powerful tail that helps it move. Hunting this animal has long been an important part of Australian Aboriginal culture. Before guns, flashlights, or trucks, their ancestors used sophisticated hunting methods that combined terrain and weather conditions. They built walls near water sources, taking advantage of wind directions to skillfully close in on their prey. When the kangaroos stopped to drink, the warriors would use spears to bring them down. An ancient tactic, but an effective one. Preparing for a special party. The atmosphere is filled with excitement as people prepare for a traditional party. A group of hunters and cooks dug holes, lit fires, and heated large stones to prepare for cooking. The cooking area was located deep in an ancient river basin, far from the modern world, creating a wild and mysterious scene. On the way to the field kitchen, an unexpected event occurred. A car on the highway accidentally hit a kangaroo, killing it instantly. It was a different species from yesterday's kangaroo, a euro, also known as a wallaroo. This species is smaller than a red kangaroo, but larger than a wallaby, and lives mainly in the hills instead of the plains. In Aboriginal culture, no animal is wasted. So, instead of letting the animal die unjustly on the side of the road, they decided to bring it along and cook it with today's meal. At the fireplace, about 10 people participated in processing 2 kangaroos. A large fire is lit to create a bed of glowing coals, the main source of heat for the underground cooking process. Hot stones are placed in the belly of the kangaroo after the organs are removed. Their tails are cut off and tied tightly, ready to be buried in the hot sand. Experienced men carefully adjust the ratio of sand, coal, and soil to ensure the temperature is evenly distributed. In just 2 hours, the dish will be ready. The waiting moment, kangaroo excavation. After 2 hours of waiting, everyone is eager to witness the results of their efforts. The kangaroos are brought out of the ground and placed on acacia branches. On the outside, the charred skin looks like fossilized statues, reminiscent of the famous Pompeii disaster in history. When the meat is cut open, everyone is surprised by its softness and succulentness. The kangaroo's muscles, honed through thousands of jumps on the grasslands, now appear as fragrant strands of flesh. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next exciting videos. And if you want to see more unique cultural and culinary explorations, leave a comment below. Thank you for joining me on this trip. See you in the next videos. Goodbye and see you again.